September. I hope I got my September right. 2025. So it's telling me the date. I want us to...
Hello, Prof. Please, I'm finding it difficult to locate hashtag on my laptop. It's a HP. And when I press shift hashtag, it's giving me the euro sign rather.
So look for where the euro sign is. So look at this. Sometimes, can you see where my mouse is? Just go
Yes.
to where the name is. Sometimes there's this American and British spelling somewhere along the line. Let me share my full screen so that you see. Sometimes you need to locate whether it's British or American spelling. It used to be down here. Or you see, it gave you a euro sign. So rather shift that euro sign, locate where the euro sign is on your top key, and then you would, once you press on the euro sign, it will give you the hashtag.
Yes, it just happened.
Yeah. So I like to use a lot of hashtag here. Don't worry about some of the things you see, but I do that. Today, what am I going to do? In fact, I can use R to prepare my whole lesson note. So today, I want us to do basic arithmetic and descriptive statistics. The whole idea is this. So if you forget anything at all, you remember that, oh, on the 25th, which is Nkrumah's birthday, this is what we did. Remember again, we shared the lecture note. That was lesson 4. If you permit me, I would share the lecture 4. So in lecture 4, you have the lecture 4 notes, true or false? So I'm going to move from there. We started with basic arithmetic. And with the basic arithmetic, you were able to look at the tools and all that. So today I am going to continue from where we left off. Right. Remember again, I said you can load data from other softwares into your R. So let's start. Where did we end the last time? Who remembers? Or I should recap all that we did. Which is which?
Yes, Prof. Kindly recap.
Yes, Prof.
I thought you could say no, Prof. Then no, and then I'll move. Okay, so let me recap. So this is what we did last week. We first looked at R. What is R and why we want to use R? We also tried to say that in looking at R, one of the key things is that we must know the consoles. And I told you there are 4 windows that you will see when you open R. One of them is what? What do you see? Is the source panel, the console, the environment, and then so those are and then the file, and then the plot, the packages, and the rest. Those are the things we talked about. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting a feedback. With that, we went further, and I said, let's start with the operators, right? Let's start with the operators. In R, there are some basic operators you must know. Number one, and remember, anytime I put the hashtag, it's just to say that I am writing a command, is assigned. And the sign here is less than, where's my, less than, and then a negative sign. So anytime you use this, it means that you are assigning something to. In modern times, it is written using the equal sign. That is this. So you see, I'm even writing my lecture notes in R. You can do that if you want. It's just a command. Now, please, if you have the console, I told you what to do. If you have only the console, click on this sign, and then it will pop up. Click on this area of this sign. Thank you. Now, look at this. So we started by saying, I can say that let X assigned to 5. What is that telling me? And when you finish, you run it. And once you are running, look at your environment. Look at this side. Now look at the environment. You see, it is telling you X is equal to 5. It means that anytime I type X, it will give me 5. So for example, if I type X here, it is going to give me 5. Now, that is the assign, or I can say Y equals 7. Y equals 7. So anytime I run it, remember, if you don't run it, R does not execute. And I type Y again, I tell R, give me back Y. Look at what it will tell you. And look at the console. When you run it, it tells you what? If you look here, it gives you a vector. The box sign is a vector sign. So it says what? Y is what? 7. What about if I want to do some basic addition? If I want to do some basic addition, X plus Y. What a X plus Y. Where's my? Thank you. I've also infested me with the virus. Okay, now I found it. X plus Y. What will be the answer?
12.
Okay, let's see if it is correct. Yes. Basic addition. What about X minus Y? What will be the answer?
You have neg 2.
Neg 2. Correct. What about X divided by Y? Let me just change this and make it.
0.71.
Okay. Simple arithmetic, right? So 0. Please, are you all getting? In fact, I want to start with the basics before I move on to a more complex one. Are you all getting this?
Yes, Prof.
Yes, please, Prof.
Now, please look at this. You see, after each command, anytime I bring hashtag, hash, is it hash? This is hash, right? Anytime I bring the hash sign, I can put what I'm doing over there, addition. I can, after this, I can put the hash here and I say subtraction. So, like this, I can put, and I say what? Listen, excuse me, let me just take some water. Okay. My S, you know. Is everybody okay with this?
Yes, please, Prof.
Yes, we can do X, the last one, times Y. And this is multiplication. Today, I want us to finish with the basic and then move on to a more descriptive things. And then you have the Altera data. We will try and load the Altera data. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, that said, what else did we do from the lecture note? I like to go back to the lecture note I gave you. We did all that, addition, subtractions, and modular. I showed you, if you are looking for exponent, I told you how to get the exponent. It is either you say x exponent, where is the kept exponent y? So look at this. This is exponent raised to the power, or what you call, or raised to the power, right? So if I run it, it gives me some answer. Right, what's the answer?
78125.
Yeah. If you use your calculator to do it, you get the same. You can also use a double star, and it's the same thing. So if I do X double star, where is my double star? Double star Y. If you have a good laptop, you do it right. It's also exponent. It should also give you the same answer. If you have a good laptop and you do it right. Yep. Did you get the same answer? Did you get the same answer, please? Then the next thing we looked at is relational operators or sign, right? We look at relational operators or sign. Relational operators or sign. For example, if I say X is greater than Y, is it true?
No, please.
So if I run it, I expect the answer to be false. You had false, true or false? If I say 10 is greater than 90, is it true?
False.
So let's find out from R whether it is reasonable or not. R says it's false. So this is greater than, I want to do that. This is also greater than, right? Let me just, I always put these things there so that it will serve as a memory. So always write something, an instruction of what you are doing. And look at the answer R gives you. Says false. What about if I say that X is less than Y? Yes, Jifa, your hand is up.
True.
Yes, Prof. Please, I wanted to ask about the hashtag addition, hashtag surprise, subtraction thing. That's, is it that you are teaching R to understand what you are doing? But you just explained that it is to serve as a reminder to you, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you. So
So
it is
it's
not that you are
just,
teaching R to understand
no, 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 no,
anything.
no,
It's
no.
just a
I'm just
reminder to
telling,
you.
exactly. Or I'm
Okay,
just telling R also to say that whenever you get there, this is a command. This is a comment. Don't run it.
okay, all
Don't
right,
run it. So it's not a command that you should run and give me any answer.
okay.
It's okay. Okay,
Thank
beautiful.
you.
Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So less than this and you run. Is it true? X is less than this.
True.
Is it true? I say it's true. So it means
Yes,
that
it's true.
you see, let's do so. You can use the normal figures, you can use however you program it. And please, it's important that you know that make you can change characters into numbers so that it makes it easier. And we would get there. So 10 is less than 20. It's less than maybe 15. So that you don't say, why is it that? You know, when I start using X, Y, people say, is it only X, Y? So I'm using the numbers so that you understand. So this is less than, right? Is it true? It says it's true. Let's
Yes, true.
intentionally ask R whether X is equivalent to Y. What you call equal to is equivalent, right?
False.
Now, please look at this. Anytime I'm using, it is not what I'm typing, which is more important than the signs that you must know. Less than, greater than, equivalent. See how I use the double arrow. It says what? Is it saying true or false? It's saying false. And of course, X is not equivalent to Y. That one, we all know. What about if we say 9? 9 is equivalent to 1. Is it true or false? Is it true or false?
False.
Okay. We all know that it should be false. Now, in English language, you hear the word not equal to, true or false? So you see 9 is, what is this? Not equal is the exclamation sign. Where is my exclamation sign? Where are you? Where are you? So this is also a different laptop from what I used last week. So let me also go for my exclamation. Yep. So exclamation, yeah, not equal to 8. Now, please look at how we write it. The exclamation is not, then equal comes. So R tries to translate the English language into a mathematical or a programmable language so that it's easier, not equivalent. Hey, why? And you expect the answer to be true or false. You expect the answer to be what?
True.
Yeah, true. So we are going through the operations. Please, at your leisure time, pick and then choose. Then there is always a word we say greater than or equal to. Which one comes first? When I say greater than or equal to, which do I mention first?
Greater than.
So 15 is, so I bring the greater than
Greater
before
than.
equal to. So you see, greater than or equal to maybe 7. What do you expect the answer to be, ladies and gentlemen?
False.
Are you sure? So greater than or equal to. Are you sure it should be false? It's true. 15 is greater than. So because of the or, if one is true and the other is false, it will give it a true meaning. What? So the next, any question on that? The next one is what? Less than or equal to. Which one comes first? Less than. So we start with 15 is less than or equal to maybe 6. Less than or equal to. And R will tell me it is false because 15 can never be less than 6 or equal to 6. Can I move on, please? Any question? There are other logical operators that we'll talk about, which when I start doing a lot of the things I would start using. Now, there is what we call a sequence operator. And that's the other thing I would want to hammer on. If I don't want to, let's say I want 1 to 100, 1 to 10. I don't want to write 1, 2, 3 up to 10. I use what we call the sequence operator. This is called a sequence. What I have asked R to do is to give me 1 to 10. So look at this. When I run it, hey, why is my mouse not running? Oops. Yes. It gives me 1 is to 10. Any question? Any question, please?
Hello, Prof.
Sure.
Yes,
Yes,
please.
Prof.
Yes, I'm with you. Please ask your question.
Please, Prof. After typing everything, are you to run them one after the other?
So there are two
Immediately.
things. There are two things. If you want to see the results immediately, you run them after typing them. If you are not interested in seeing the results, you see, there are two things you must know. If I want to see the results for each of the command I type, I'll run them. But when I am done and I don't want to see it, I highlight everything. Assuming I'm not so much interested in the result, I can highlight everything and run the source. When I run the source, it won't give me any result. It runs everything, and it will only tell me if there's an error. So next week, if we come back, you don't need to run one after the other. You highlight whatever we did, and you run the source. And the source will give you everything at a go. It would only stop midway when there is an error. Have I answered your question, please?
Yes, Prof.
Yes, Bukari, I saw your hand up.
Yeah, Prof, please, I want to find out using the sign and then writing them in words. Is it for our understanding, or each time
Yes.
we put in the equation, we have to still write it in words to run before running?
It is for your understanding. In fact, I can decide not to write anything. I'm okay with it, but it is for your understanding so that when you pick it, you can easily understand.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, there is something that you must know, and it's so important to me. You see, R deals with what we call vectors, and it deals with what we call matrices. Now, I need to build this foundation because, believe you me, when we get there, we'll be seeing a lot of them. And because of that, I want to take my time to build it. Now, sorry, somebody was calling, so I need to just pause. Now, one of the things, and then one of the operators is the vector operators is what we call concatenate. Is it tenate or something? Let me check. I will check the spelling, but it's called concatenate. You concatenate the thing. Sure. What am I saying? I can put a whole numbers in a certain way. I can say, okay, I will call a number. Let's say I want to call a number. Maybe I will use the number to assign to my name. Then I will assign and make it. So once you open the bracket, R automatically closes the bracket for you. Let's make it 2. I can even make it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Right? Something like this. I'm saying that all these numbers, call it Richard. You can use your name. It doesn't really change anything. So when I run it, look at what it has given me. What is it saying? You can use your name, not necessarily my name. Is everybody with me?
Yes, Prof.
Okay. Now let's do basic this thing. Mean. Richard. Let's see what we get. What is the mean? I'm saying I add all this and find the average, and it has given me 8. Let me do SD. So this is for the mean. Yes, Bridget, your hand is up.
Thank you, Prof. Please, after running some of the commands, I get a feedback, unexpected symbol.
Yes,
Please,
it means that you have typed this, this thing you typed is not correct.
however, it gives the answer beneath it.
Yes, but then you see, it will give you an answer, but once it gives you a warning, go back and then look at what you typed. All right.
Okay. Prof.
Check what you typed and then find out if did I make an error somewhere.
Okay.
Why that is important is that it might give you an answer, but because it's single numbers, it's easier. If it's a bulky data, you might get a bit some things wrong as you move along. So let's check.
Thank you so much, Prof.
You're welcome, boss, madam. Yes. So the next one is standard deviation, Richard. R gives us a standard deviation. To help me out, I can even, sometimes this command works, sometimes it doesn't work. But let's see, you can even say summary, Richard, and run it and see. Yes, it won't work. For signature, X matrix, yep. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. So it's always, let's take this one out, but we'll come and do the summary proper when we have good data set. Okay, so let's move on. We can also decide that it's not a data frame, so it's difficult. Okay, we'll come back to data frame. And then when we get to data frame, we would do a lot of the arithmetic with my data frame. We can decide that, okay, we want to put names, right? Names, and then I'll just say, okay, the names should be also concatenate, maybe Kofi. It doesn't really, yeah. Yeah, Mensa, whichever way. But there's a catch word here. There is a catch word here. Please pay attention here. Usually, when you have such names, you have to put them in quotation marks. How do you put them in quotation marks? Just highlight the name. You can highlight the name, shift, and then quotation, the double quotation, and it will put it in quotation mark. Highlight the name, shift, double quotation, or you can start with a quotation if you are typing. But if you forget, it would, so if I'm starting, I can put the quotation mark. Once I open one, it will give me both ends. So I'll say maybe Kojo. So when I run, look at what happens here. The names have come. And When R gives you NUM, if you can see my environment, NUM is just telling you that it's a number. CHR is just telling you it is what? Character. Please take that in mind. NUM is just telling you it's a number. CHR is telling you it's a character. Very, very important. Now, the question is, why are we spending all these hours trying to do all these things? It is because we need to understand. As we move on, we'll be doing a lot of analysis using that. Now, can I move on? Can I move on, please?
Yes, please, Prof.
Okay. So let's assume that I want to find the fifth number, or the fifth number. Right. Let me even move this one down. Let's assume I want to find the fifth number in the Richard data. Right. If I want to find the fifth number in the Richard data, what do? I just simply type. You see, and once you begin typing, I will even give you the option. Then you use a square bracket, which is subsetting. Right. So I want the fifth number in the Richard vector. Or what you people will say, data. Crude way. So when you do that, it says the fifth data is number 5. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see, we do that because sometimes you have a lot of data sets, but you want to only pick a particular data set. We can even tell R that I want the data that has, this is not bulky, so I won't do that. It's later on. I want a data set that has only names beginning with A, or data set that has names having AMA, and it will pull all the data set for you. Especially if you work with data set that is so voluminous and you don't have the time, right? In this, so here we also call it, in some books, we call it to find a fit, or we call it, or you call it what? Let me put it here. You call it subsetting. Subsetting or subset, whatever you want to call it. So you can continue. So if I want the 10th, let's assume it's there up to 10. Even if you tell her to give you the 10th data, somebody should type 10th data and let's see what you get. The data is not up to 10. So I haven't tried it, but let's see how it goes. Number 10, it might not give you anything. Yes, number 10 is missing. NA is missing. Anytime you see NA in R, it means the data is missing. Let me just write it in. Results in NA, which means missing. Any question? Any question? We can also decide to find the length of a data set. So we can say length Richard. Let's see. And R gives us the length of the data. Dash. We can sum the data. Sum Richard. And please remember, R is very particular about how you type it. If you use caps for example, instead of small letter, I use caps. It gives me an error. So I have to come back, come and use small letter, and then it gives me. So sum, what does sum mean? That's it adds all the data. Richard. At least any question? Any question? Hello.
Yes, Prof. There's no question with me.
Okay. So can I move on?
Yes, please, Prof.
Okay. Now this is where it becomes interesting. I am going to move on. I think that particular note, you don't have it, or I have not sent it. I would add, because what you have is part 1. I have to do part 2. I want you to know the basics so that when I start doing my gymnastics, you won't say, but what is this man doing? Let's load. Hey, did I spell my load well? Load the data set from maybe Excel or CSV, right? It's the same as into R. Do you all have the data that I gave Eva?
Yes, Prof.
Okay. So if you all have the data set, thanks be to God. I am going to show you ways of loading that data set. There are so many ways of loading it. I will give you the manual approach first. Then data on. I can introduce you to packages and I'll show you how to go about exploring the data. Usually, when you are loading the data, can you see where my mouse is?
Yes, Prof.
Please, what do you see?
Import data set.
Import data set. So let's click on import data set. Have you clicked on it?
Yes, Prof.
Yes, Prof.
Okay. Now, please, you see we can import text, Excel, SPSS, all those things, we can import them. But I want us to start with Excel. So let's click on Excel. Preparing to import. Do you want to install a package? I'll say yes. and then it will just install some package for me. And remember, I said this is quite a new laptop, so that I'm using for this. So I have not really used anything R on it. So beautiful. Now it has done me a good service. Can you see
Hello,
my
Prof.
screen? Yes, please.
I don't know whether I'm alone, but to the point that you said we should do the import, I was looking on my screen, but I was not able to see anything where you imported from. I don't know if I'm alone, but up to that point, I was okay to, you said we should import something. We should click on it, but I couldn't see where I was
Okay.
supposed to click. Okay, I've seen it. I've seen
Have
it.
you seen the import now?
Yes, please, I have.
Okay, beautiful.
Below the history. Okay.
Yes. So if you are here, ladies and gentlemen, let me issue a disclaimer. Yes, I don't know your laptop. I don't know where you put the data. So first, go and find out where did I put the data. Have you all located where you put the data set? It's called Altera. Even let me also go and look for mine. I don't even know where it is. Please, have you seen it?
Yes, Prof.
You've all located where you imported it. Well,
Yes,
if you ask me, I can't find it. I don't know how to help you. So I am going to import my data. It's in a certain folder. So let me look for that folder. I've called it HR Analytics. First, it's here. Now click on the look for the data. It's Altera. Where is Altera? Yes, Altera is here. Beautiful. Okay, so let me see if you can see my. Please, can you see my importation of data?
yes, please, Prof.
Okay, let me be sure. So if you can see how the data looks like. Can I move on from here?
Yes, please.
So after that, I click on import. Now, when you import the data, you see R gives you a certain command below. Can you see
Yes, Prof.
on the console side? It says library this, Altera this, Altera that. Then it loads the data here. Then the last command is view. The last command you see there is view, isn't it?
Yes, please, Prof.
That is how come the data is open. If the view sign wasn't there, the data wouldn't be open. So for you to see the data set, it is what? View. Now, let's close the data. How do you close the data? You see this? We don't want to see the data. You can go through the data and see what it is, but I mean, you can go down, you can go right from here. Mhm. So I don't want to see it. It's okay. So now, please and please, have you closed the data? So you come back to your console.
Hmm.
Have you closed the data?
Yes, please, Prof.
Okay, so let me give you this thing. You see where my mouse is at the console. Copy everything here. Copy it, come and paste it here. I'll show you why we are doing that. Have you done it?
Yes, please, Prof.
Okay. Please, what you say is, I ask you to copy this because next time when we are about running the data, you don't need to go and load the data again. Once you run this command, the data will automatically be loaded. If I have 10,000 worth of data and I have all of them loaded here, I don't need to go back and go and be saying that I'm loading the data set. No, it will automatically load by itself. Let me charge my phone, my laptop before it goes off. Okay. Any question? Any question, please?
No, please, Prof.
Okay. Now,
Prof,
yes.
sorry to cut in. Please, I noticed that after pasting, you deleted
Yes,
the symbol. Yeah.
delete the sign. That the greater than sign. Please delete it so that you just run it this way. Now, have you
Thank you,
saved?
Prof.
Yes, welcome, please. Have you saved it? And always be, I mean, even if you don't save it and then you restart R, it usually goes into automatic recovery mode most often, unless your machine is not a it's not a modern machine. Now look at the data. Look here. How many observations do you see? 23,490 observations. There are 11 variables. This is a big data set. So this is the type of data you are going to work with at work. The question is, how do I handle this data? Now I am, please, if my time is getting closer, you let me know. What time are we supposed to close?
Very good.
Okay, beautiful. So let's move on. I hope I am not rushing. I can't hear. Bukari, am I rushing? Josephine,
No,
am I
sorry.
rushing?
Sorry, yes, where we are now, we are having a light off since morning. So we are not even using our laptops, we are using our phone. So
Oh,
yes. So as the other guys said, Zach or whoever, I think some of us, we have to meet face to face, or we have to do some group discussions so that we
yes.
can get it done. Yes, because some of
Okay.
us, we are born before computers. We are still trying to just get it done. But it will be better for some of us to just have
Yes.
some good discussions and then face to face so that we can use our
Okay.
laptop to understand what
Yes.
we are following anyway, but we are not
Yes.
using laptop.
Okay. So thank you. And then we'll be available. The videos will also be available. Let's start with this data. I want to start doing something. I like putting a lot of hashtag because anytime I want to do something new or something which involves a lot of commands, then I would want to put the hashtag sign there. I want to do what we call exploring the data set. Exploring the data set. I want to know how does the data looks like, right? We want to look at how the data looks like. So now, ladies and gentlemen, this is a typical HR data, right? Probably a typical HR data that you have in your ministries or in your workplace. You have 300 and something 349,000 workers, and you want to see. First, you don't know what the data is, right? So I want us to type this str, and I'll show you. Then the data is called Altera. You see the name here, where my mouse is. Just type it there. Maybe in your case, it can be what? How will you call your age? You can even change the name if you didn't want the Altera. I'll show you what to do if you don't want to use Altera. Run. What do you see? What do you see?
The data pops up, say.
It has done several analysis and has extracted some.
It is telling you the structure of the data. This is what we call structure of the data. Now let's look at the structure of the data. You can scroll down. Forgive me. Look at this is what? The first thing you see is what? Employee what?
ID.
ID. And it's telling you it's a character.
The ID.
And it's telling you CHR is what?
Character.
Character. Why? Because it's a mixture of numbers and the rest. Then department is telling you it's a character. So the department people belong. Location, Accra, Kumasi, whatever. Educational level, bachelor's, and the rest. What else again? Gender is there. Recruitment channel, how were they recruited? These two, full-time or part-time, P or T is there. Number of trainings that people have attended, age is there. Previous rating, you said there's NA there. What is NA, ladies and gentlemen?
Not available.
Not available or missing data set. Length is there. KPI met, that is over 80% rating. If it's 1, it means you have met it. If it's 0, you have not met it. Award 1, if it's 0, you have not won any award. And then average training score. If you attended training, what did you score? So this is a typical HR data, not your kind of HR data that you are used to. So usually I would have said you should get a good HR data from your website and then generate some things. Now, let's look at, so this is just a structure of the data. It's telling you which are numbers and which are characters. True or false?
True.
Okay, beautiful.
True.
Now I have to start mentioning names. Yes, I'll start mentioning names very soon. Now, is it who asked me last week whether they can use it for their they can use it for HR issues and help and other things. Somebody asked me that.
Yes, Prof.
Yeah, somebody asked me. Betty, how are you doing?
Very well, thank you, Prof.
You didn't let your presence be felt. The next, okay, Betty is there. The next one is DIM. DIM is just to tell you, you want to know the dimension of the data set. Now, please listen, when you are giving a data at work, and for me, whenever I'm giving the data, I need to understand the data. So I will explore the data set to know. So the DIM is just the dimension of the data set. The dimension of the data set is telling you it is what? There are two 23,490 maybe workers. And out of it, there are 14 dimensions for which we are assessing, we have the data available. The 14 dimensions are from employee ID right down to the average training. Any question?
Please, Prof.
Now, you see, once you start doing that, the data starts making sense. N-row altera. What is going to tell you? It's telling you the number of rows. If it's just similar to the dimension. So you can also have n columns, right? What is my brackets? Altera. How many columns do we have? 14 columns. So those of you who do not know rows and columns, at least now you know. Can I move on, please?
Yes, Prof.
Yes, please.
Then there's something funny I need you to know. Names. Altera. What is it telling you? It gives you the headers or the variable, the headers or variable names. So it is telling you that, oh, these are all the variable names that we have. Can I move on?
Yes, Prof.
Yes, please.
Even with this, I don't need to even worry myself giving you notes on this one. Right? Head. Head. Terra. Run it and let's see. I ran something and then head. Terra. What do you see? It gives you a visual of the first 6 data set data in the Altera data set. Now, please listen. So it gives you employee ID from 1 to 6. Now, can you see where my mouse is? Can you see where my mouse is?
Yes, Prof.
You see, it gives you
No.
the arrows, right?
Yes, please.
Drag it. You can drag it for it to open. You can drag it back for it to close, right? If you want more space, you can drag it back and then it will open. If you want more space, you can drag it to open. I don't want more space, so I want it to be like this. If you want more space, you can drag it. Now, the next one is tail. So if you notice, what that I'm trying to do is to explore, to understand how the data looks like. Should I call it visual? This is not visual. Let me say name. Now, if you do tail, it gives you the names of the last 6. So names of the last 6 into bracket. Should I call it data? Let me call it variable. In the Altera data set. Call it variables, right? So run it and let's see. Gives you the last 6. So before you do this, you would have gotten a glimpse of the data. For example, I know that employee with this index number 1ALT1186 is in the procurement department. That person lives at Cape Coast. He holds a bachelor, is a male, the company, his website, that's how he was recruited. He's a part-timer, continuous like that. We would later come and fish out. We want only part-timers, and I should be able to tease out that information for us. We want only full-timers, and we should be able to tease out the information. The good thing is that once you write the command, you don't need to keep it, be writing. The next time, all that you do is run that particular command, and you get your data. You don't need to go back and be generating all those stuff. Any question, please?
No, Prof.
Okay. Now, we have explored the data. I want us to also, whilst exploring the data, I want us to look at what I told you about. We know the variable names. We know let me go back. We know which ones are numbers, which are not. I want us to do a good analysis. So I am going to put again my cursor here. And then I'm going to say simple summary and descriptive statistics. Simple summary and descriptive statistics. Now, please listen. I do all that because when you are revising with it, you can pick the data and then say, oh, you would understand, you can understand. But if I don't do that, you might pick the data and it becomes difficult for you to do. Now, there's a simple command that you must know. And one of the command is, whenever you see me use the $sign, the $sign, this sign tells you of subsetting from a data frame. Now, whenever you have a bigger data set, like what I have here, it is called a data frame. It's a matrix data. I don't want to use those words. It's just called a data frame because it has a lot of data that you can tease information from. I want us to start with the basic one before we start doing the complex one. We say, if this person is this, do this. If this is this, do that. I want us to first start with the command that I use we are having challenge, summary, open a bracket. In most cases, when you are using a data frame, whenever you are summarizing the data, or whatever you are doing, the actual thing is in there, is put in brackets. Tera. Then use the $sign. Once you type it correctly, R gives you everything that you want. Since we want to summarize, let's summarize age. Right? So let's summarize age. Now we are getting this. Why? Because there is an element in the data set which is not numeric. I repeat, we are getting that because there is an element in the data set which is what? Which is not numeric. So how do we overcome it? Just a minute. Okay, I'm back. Thank you. So there is an element which is not numeric. You can go and put a command there. You can say ma.rm equals to true. Right? X is non-numeric. Let me just check my data again. So let me go back to, yes, Jifa.
Yes, Doc, please. I got a little distracted. Please, if you can kindly take it from where you were typing the age and you had the drop box and you chose the age from.
Okay, let me go back.
Thank you.
Okay. Jifa wants us to go back, so who am I? So let me just, I said that once you type, so summary, right? So this is my summary. What do you want R to summarize? So I said it should summarize Atera. But once I want it to summarize Atera, what specifically? R can only summarize numeric data. Even if you ask it to summarize the whole Atera and you run it, it will summarize it for you. Right? So let's summarize the whole Atera. So look at it. It gives you all the data sets, the numeric ones. So summary Atera. So those which are not numeric, it will tell you they are characters. Can you see? Those which are numeric, it will tell you they are numeric. Please, can you see?
Yes.
Yes, Prof.
So So what can you see? For example, let's look at age. What is the minimum age of the people in the company?
20 years.
Can you all see it's 20 years?
Yes.
The maximum age is what?
It's 60, sir.
It's one
Yes.
person who is 60. Everybody has kept quiet.
Yes. 60.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What about the length of service?
So for the length of
Minimum
service, the
1
minimum
year.
is 1 year, maximum is 34 years.
34 years.
Okay, good. So your guess is as good as mine. You can do it for the whole data set, and it helps solve all that we are looking. You can also do it for individual and specific variable. So you can do summary. Oops, let me not even type here. Let me put a command here. So there's a summary of the entire data set. Summary of the entire data set. You can also do summary for specific variable. So summary, usually sometimes these specific variables, they don't sometimes work, I don't know. So let's see, summary, education, age. Let's see how it goes. Yes, age works. So how come the initial one, it didn't work? How come the initial one didn't work? Sometimes the devil is alive. Yes, Eugene.
Yes, Prof.
Senior.
So I was thinking, you mentioned that R is case sensitive, and
Yes.
looking at the first code that you gave, I think the S was in capital letters. That's why
Oh,
I'm
okay.
sure you returned the error.
Okay. Then maybe because I was surprised myself. I got an error. See, sometimes I remember working on an analysis, and it was because of a simple word. I think it was an A, and I made it an E. I spent 2 hours looking for what was wrong. Okay, you can do the rest, right? If you want to do anything, you can do the mean, median, and all that. Right, so we can also do some crazy stuff. What else do you want to know about this data set? Maybe you should tell me what you want to know about this data set. Yes, anybody with what? Now looking at the summary status, yes, Jifa.
Prof, please, those that are due for pension.
Those that are due for pension. Jifa, keep that this thing, write it somewhere. Yeah, that one, I'll write a code. We'll write a short this thing. That one, if we start writing it now, people would begin to say, hey, but we can sum. If pension age is what?
60. 60.
60 Prof.
Uh-huh. So we can just, so Jiva, what specifically do you want to know? Is it their age, their
Age
persons,
60
or
years.
Time
Age
it.
60.
what are they? Is it their age, or you want to know the people?
Those who are due for
So,
Yes, the
pension.
names. The names.
those who are due to retire.
Those who are 60, their age. Those who are 60, I mean their names. You should just pull out the names. Is it
So
possible?
age should be greater than 59, right?
Yes.
Or equal to, either greater than
Or
59 or
equal to
equal to
60.
60,
60.
right? You see,
Yes, please.
we always, Bukari, let me just see this and then I'll let you ask your question. We always want to do this. Now, one of the things is, it is your English language that I would quote. So usually I want to understand the exact thing you want. Okay, Bukari, yes.
Please, I wanted to ask a question. The question that Jifa Brattle asked. Those who are due to retire, and then which you have rightly answered. And number two, last week you mentioned of staff who have done an overtime, and you want this application to just fish out those staff who have done the overtime, and then you indicated you should enter an amount. So please, I want to know how this software will apply to that,
Okay.
because those who are due for retirement, probably you have the data already, data set already. But for those who have done overtime and fill their overtime claims and they are on your desk to work on or whatever, I don't know
Okay.
how you are going to use this app to do
Okay,
that,
so
please.
Bukari, thank you very much. You see, Bukari has asked, because our data does not extend to that level, we will shelve that one for now, and I'll show you later on. We can create another data set we call overtime in R, and then we will enter the various scores, and then we will do that. So Bukari, it's a never problem. You don't have any.
Okay, thank you, Doc.
Okay, so let's look at this. First, before I will get to do anything, go back to the data set. I like to use the names, right? If you go to the names, it says it has ID, it has department. You can even decide that first, let's view the data set. Let's view the data set. Now, there are two ways of viewing the data set. Please look at me. You can click on this. You see where my mouse is? And then the data set will open. Now, do we have the names? I think there were no names here, right? Was there names here? There was no name. So if we use, let's assume you have employee ID. So let's use employee ID. Is it okay?
Right, Prof.
Yes, since we don't have the names. So we are going to use employee ID. Now, that is one way of viewing the data. And you see that once I click on that, if you look at down here, it says view. You can copy the view and paste it. I don't like putting views there simply because anytime I'm running a command and there is view here, it will open it and stop my command running. So, and then I have to come and click and come and continue my command. That's why I personally don't like typing view. But since the has asked, whom am I? I am going to say that
Prof,
table. Yes,
Prof,
Madam.
I think we just viewed the data and saw that there were no names.
Yes, so don't worry. We are going to use employee ID.
Okay.
Right. Sometimes in certain organizations, they use the IDs more than the names.
Right.
Because I have seen, in fact, I'll give you my personal experience. I went to a bank and then I thought I was the only person having that name. GT Bank. I got there and then the ladies looked at me and said, "Are you not the person who came to withdraw the money right now?" I said, "No." Then he checked. The person had my name. So what differentiated me from that person is my bank account. So you see, I had to trace the person and finally I got to meet the person. And since then we have become friends. So sometimes when I was active on Facebook, people say they are sending me Facebook requests and they send it to that gentleman. See how the word is. So Terra, let's table. I want a table. I'm telling Neil, I want a table. But the table, go to the data set called Altera. Give me, I don't have anything. I want the employee listing. But I want you to subset it such that in the same Altera, give me people whose age, what is the age? Hey, where is my age? I didn't type the age. Well, people whose age is it equal to 60? Let me make it greater than, so that one I can capture everybody, right? Greater than or equal to, what's my equal sign? 59. Let's see what we get. So you see, it has given you all the IDs. So all these people, they are either 59 or 60. They are either greater than or equal to 59. Or let's make it greater than, let's even make it greater than 59 so that it will be 60. Of course, if you are greater than 59, you are 60, right? Unless otherwise. Let's make it greater than 59. Yes, all these people, they are 60 years. All these people. Please, is the Altera constant? No. The Altera is the name we gave it to the data set. You can change the Altera to Kofi. And you have to say Kofi. Okay. So the next one, I will ask each and everybody to change the data set to a name that the person prefers. And we can do that. So for example, if we had the names, Eva, does that satisfy your curiosity? If we had the names, it would have pop up all the names. We can
Yes,
also
Prof.
decide, yes, we can also decide that we will create an Excel sheet with only these people. Right? And it is, we can create that Excel sheet and it will open, or we can create a data set and that data set will have all the particulars of individuals who are 50 greater than 59 years and cool. Yes, Bukari.
Please come back to the Altera. You said you can be changed to a different name. A different name to be using the alcohol. You can
Hey, Bukari,
continue and to
Bukari. Hello, Bukari.
hello dog.
I didn't, your line
Hello
was,
dog.
yes, your line was so bad that I didn't hear anything.
Okay, please. My colleagues that what are the name of the Altera changed, and you say yes, it can be changed to any other name. But I'm following up with this question that it to be changed in the process of you using the data, or you use that particular name, maybe Kofi throughout, like the way you are using the Altera too.
Yes, so once you have something like this, right? Once you have a data set, you need to give it a name. It is like Bukari. So if I come to your house, I'm saying that I'm going to Bukari's house. I am looking for Bukari's son, who is 12 years and above. So once you start with Atera, it must run through. But if we want to change, then we have to start from the top and change the Atera. You see, everybody should look at this. Please look at this carefully. Look at this. You see, this is where we named it. You see, we assigned it Atera. We can change the name here to maybe Bukari. It means that everything afterwards, all the Ateras must change to Bukari.
Okay.
Is it okay?
Yes, thank you, Doc.
Yes, Jifa.
Yes, Prof. So I wanted to say that it's like you deciding what name to give a file on your
Exactly.
computer.
Exactly.
Anytime you are looking for that file, you are searching for it, you type in that particular name and it brings out that particular file for you.
Perfecto. Perfecto. Can I move? Yes, please.
Yes, sir. For clearer understanding, I want to know that instead of to view Atera, you rather view Bukari. That's right, right? When it
Yes,
comes to changing of the name.
Yes.
Okay, okay. All right, sir. Thank you.
Any question again? Any question again? Now, let's do something very funny. I want to call the new data set Bukari. I want to call something Bukari. Now, the Bukari, yes, Bridget, the Bukari I'm going to call it, I am going to say, okay, Bridget, your question, please.
Thank you, Prof. Please, I wanted to be clear on this. In which circumstance to use the square brackets? I don't know how to call it, whether parentheses or something. I don't know. But the
So
round one
square
and the square
bracket,
one.
yeah. I said that
At what point do you use
when
them?
you are subsetting, from a data frame, then you use the square bracket. For example, I am saying that, look at Altera, employee ID, but before you get me employee, if you say employee ID, it will give you all the IDs. And I'm saying that no, in the employee ID that I want you to only look for those who are greater than what? 59. So I use the square bracket. The big bracket, the concatenate bracket, the circle or the oval bracket is just for normal analysis that pulls everything together. But if I want, let's say in this class, in your class, if I want 200, if they are 30 something, if I want all the 30 something students, then I would just type it. But if I want only females, then I will have to put it in square bracket. Have I answered your question? So it's a
Very well,
subset of
Prof.
the bigger one. So for example, just as you have typed, we can type tab Altera, right? let's say female. Let me see. Hey, should I go there? No, let me not go female, male now, because let's swallow this simple one before I begin to bring you difficult one. Now, please, let's assume that you want only a data set for people who are older than 60. Let's call that data set Bukari. So I'll say Bukari should be Altera. And in that Altera, the bigger data set, I want you to give me all the data sets, but focus on the Altera data set for people who are this age. Right? And let me copy this. Okay, let me stop copying so that I'll type that one. Nobody will ask me any question. Altera, I want age, what's the, I want age, where's my age? We said it should be greater than 59, right? Greater than 59. So I ran it. Can you see Bukari?
Yes, please, Prof.
Can you see the Bukari data set as generated?
Yes, please, Prof.
Okay, so click on the Bukari and let's see.
Okay, and please, Prof, a quick one.
Mm-hmm.
Could you please tell why the comma after the 59 in this command?
Yes, I'll tell you. Don't worry. I'll tell you. But first, let those who haven't done it do it, and then I'll explain the comma. Right? Yes. Please, are we all done?
Yes, please, Prof.
Okay. Now, please listen. You see, there are columns and then there are rows. Right? So first you have to take it row columns. When you get our Altera data, we have rows and columns. I hope you all know what rows are and what columns are.
Yes, Doc.
Yes, so the first one is saying that I want,
Yeah.
pardon me, please.
I said
You
Betty.
said something.
I said Betty, everything, yes, dog. So she's not talking for all of us.
Because you people are not
Anyway,
talking. You people are
anyway.
not talking. I ask. Do you all knows? Do you all do you all knows? Do you all know rows and columns?
Yes, Prof.
Yes, Prof.
Okay, so what is row? What is a column?
Mm-hmm. Betty,
Uh,
answer.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Fasai.
Uh-huh. Yes, what is rows? Yes, Ifa, what is a row? What is a column?
So the
Mm-hmm.
horizontal, the one going the horizontal way
Mm-hmm.
is the
The
row, and the vertical is the column.
Okay.
They are more confused.
we don't understand horizontal.
Oh.
Oh,
Don't be confused.
Okay, so Prof,
Okay, all right.
So
Okay,
the one
okay.
moving from
Let's
left
do it this
to
way.
right,
is
Let's
the
do it
one
this
moving
way.
from
the
left
top
Let's
to
to
do
the
it
right
this
down is
way.
it?
is
Hello.
And then from left
So
to right
horizontal
or
is
right?
from left to right.
mm-hmm.
Horizontal is from left to right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And
Mm-hmm.
vertical is from top to bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if you have a table, the one moving from the left to the right is the row.
Mm-hmm.
And the one moving from the top to the bottom is the column.
The column. Good. So that is
or
what.
so the x-axis is
the role, and the y-axis is the
Okay.
column. That one is more confusing. Can we maintain the left?
Okay. Is your hand still up?
No, it's not up. I want to make sure. I wanted to know if everyone now gets the horizontal and the vertical.
Okay. So do we all get the horizontal and vertical?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yes,
Beautiful.
please.
Yes,
Beautiful.
Prof.
So look at this. So that comes there comes your question, your answer. So we are saying that, look at this. Let me not use rows and columns, right? All that we are saying is that as you move along, I'm tempted to use the rows. Keep all the columns, right? But take only the rows of people who are 60 years, who are greater than 59, of course. Let me not say 60 years, greater than 59. If you are greater than 59 and you are 43, that one is your own Magana, right? So that is how come I wrote the command to tell R that all that I'm telling you is I want you to keep this, but ensure that the columns are intact. Don't touch the columns. That is how come I put the comma and left it this way. Who is it? Bridget who has the question? Somebody has the question. Is it Bridget?
Yes, please.
Okay, so that is how come. Now, if you are okay with this, what did we do here? We just generated a data frame with only individuals. What did I say? Individuals what? Greater, with only individuals having ages greater than what? 59. Now, let's view the Bukhari data that we generated. You can decide not to call it Bukhari. Don't worry. I decided to call it Bukhari. Now, of particular interest is, you see, everything is intact. I want to see the ages. Now, let's go to the ages. Look at all of them. All of them are what? So, from our data set, we have 59 individuals, 89 individuals who are 60 years. So you can tease out this particular data set, and then you can decide that, hey, you can even ask her to tell you if we had a specific time that they will have to go on. We can go back and ask her. We can write a command and R can tell us, give us their date of birth, everything. So you don't have to be going to look at who, scrolling through a lot of data sets is tedious. But with this, it's easier to do. Any question? Any question? Bukhari? Yes, I've answered your question. But we'll come and do those over time and co when we begin to expand the data. Right now, let's play with the simple data first. Yes, somebody was asking a question.
Yes, please, Prof. I asked about the comma and
Oh, I explained. You didn't get my explanation. I said that we put the comma here because I am saying that keep all the rows, keep all the columns, but give me a row which has age greater than what? 59. That is how come I left this side open. So I'm just telling it, keep all the rows. Give me, I keep all the columns. Give me the rows which have age greater than what? 59. Is it okay?
Yes, please, Prof. Thank
Okay.
you.
Welcome. If it was the columns, assuming I want only a particular column, I can tell R, keep the rows and give me the column. And that we can do if we want to do it. And that will be point to a particular individual, maybe employee ID number, something. Okay, any question? Any question, please?
No, please, Prof. Except that you asked that we prompt you when it is almost time.
So it's almost time. Okay.
About 12 minutes away.
Yes, please.
But no, I didn't hear your voice until yes, please, until the time came in. Okay, so it's been an eventful day. So many things to chew about. I am going to look for a data set and then I'll send it to DIFA, hopefully. And you have to perform all this analysis using the new data set. So I will inspect. At random next week, I'll call you to show me your screen. Please do not tell me I didn't tell you. And Betty knows that.
Prof.
Yes, Prof. I know very well. Oh. Take what
Ampare,
he's saying serious. Oh. You have the shock of your life.
Because when I
And
say,
then he will tell you, and Danny Drew.
Danny Drew, I don't know, so Drew Hono. So please, I'll send it. Let me even see if I can get the data sets before it's 12 minutes. So I'm still within time. So that you won't tell me you don't
Yes.
have the data set. So let me see. Yes, I used to have this particular data set. So I am going to send it to you. You would perform all the analysis that we have done. And then I will call at random next week to see. Please, no disappointment. Or if I call you and you don't give you, I'll give you -10. Right? Yes, Jifa, your hand is up.
Hey, Prof, please, can we call you when we are stuck?
Call me when you are stuck. Okay, you can
Yes.
call me. You can call me, but the most important thing is the work must be done.
Sure.
If
Thank
you don't
you.
do it,
Or you can also call Dr. Augustine when we are not getting through to you.
So, Jifa,
Yes, Prof.
I'm forwarding a message to you right now.
Okay.
I'm keeping Dr. Augustine also in copy so that students will say we didn't know. So I won't close and then you tell me you didn't receive the data set. No. Pick and kind. Pick and kind. Then the data is there. Okay. What is your data set is here? It's called Makuma Workforce Solution. So, Ifa, please confirm receipt before we close.
Okay, Prof. Just a moment.
Mhm.
Hello, Prof.
Yes, please.
I wanted to find out to share our screens. Those of us that joins by phone, would you, if we are you want to see our screen, can we take a screenshot on
No, please.
hey, yeah, credit card.
No, please. But you are joining by phone. You have a laptop.
I don't have. I'm using is it a tablet?
Yes, but your tablet has, you are performing it using your tablet, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so that one you can let me see. I don't like screenshots.
Okay,
Have a
join
screenshots
the
there.
tablet.
Yes. I want to see that the thing is there. See, my
Right.
student did me work address some time ago.
Mm.
So we send screenshots. Only for me to realize that it's somebody's screenshot.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right.
Yes.
Thank you, Prof.
You're welcome. Thanks to. So, ladies and gentlemen, Doc, please, they said our time is up. So I am done. Please
Prof, please.
save the,
Wow.
yes.
Yes, but please, I wanted to find out, aside the analysis we run, can it to visualize whatever analysis?
My dear, relax. Visualization, you will get it more than necessary. So I want us to do descriptive. Later on, I'll come to data visualization.
Oh,
2
okay.
hours visualization. And if we have enough, we'll do the heat maps. And you see how it works. So just relax for me.
Hello, Prof.
Yes, Jifa, is it Jifa?
This one is here. Oh. Please, I
Who?
wanted to find out if maybe in case this week we wanted to pass by campus, can we get somebody to assist us?
It depends on the time. So at least give some prior notice.
So maybe Tuesday or Wednesday afternoon, somewhere around 12 o'clock.
Okay, so
Yes,
then
I second that.
Next week.
Okay, let's get in touch on Tuesday. Just give me a call on Tuesday, and then we'll see how we move from there. Right? So that so just get in touch. So this is our practicals, HR analytics. Okay, Gifa, your hand is up.
Yes, Prof.
Yes, please.
Please, I wanted to let you know that I've received and shared the data. Akuma.
Yeah.
Akuma.
Akuma, yes. Akuma solution.
Akuma saying,
Akuma saying, it's
Yes,
Akuma
but Prof,
solution.
sorry, Prof.
Don't worry. Anyway, it goes. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
please.
Prof, please, I wanted to find out if you are going to give us the area of the analysis, or we have to use the same steps like we did
Perform
with
from
the
loading the
answer.
data. So from loading the data, all that we have done from loading the data, the
Hmm.
summary, and so let's start from loading the data.
Okay.
Yeah, simple. From here, it's just something little, right? From here, I think from here. From loading the data. Let me even make it better. Here. You see why I normally use a lot of so from loading the data. That's all I want you to do. Forget about the first one. You can do so from loading the data. and then it moves. Here, it's just about 7 lines or 8 lines. Mhm. Okay, my time is up. Doc,
I think
we are done.
my network, I went off a bit. So I'll talk to you maybe later in the day.
Yes, please.
I'll call you and then see how you and I can arrange to do that. Thank you very
Okay.
much.
You're welcome.
Mm, mm.
Okay, so please, thank you so much for cooperation.